Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So another 10-minute video here with SouFlo. I got my voice back a little bit, so we're going to talk while we have the voice. Now there's a particular story I took from the American news, and it's about a Jamaican man that they found with 40 IDs, 40 IDs. What am I doing with 40 different ID? I don't know. And they said that on each one of the 40 IDs had his picture with a different name. I don't even know how you find time to come up with 40 names, but chop, 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 man a chop, right? And there's one thing about us that I know is that if there's a way to get to it, us Jamaicans are going to get to it. A virgin says, SouFlo, and we are the same people, and we teeth your things and then help you look feet in a man. And that's how we stay, you know. Anyhow, a man who at one point lived in Hamden was sentenced to more than 24 years in prison after law enforcement found more than 100 pounds of marijuana in his apartment, as well as 40 fake identification cards with different names on each one of them, according to the federal officials. Imagine having 40 pieces of ID card and each one have a different name on it but your same face. A jury in December of 2018 found Andrew Davis, who was 41 years old back then, guilty of one count of conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute 100 kilograms or more of marijuana, one count of possession with intent to distribute 50 kilograms or more of marijuana, one count of possession of firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime, and one count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, according to Leonard Boyd, U.S. Attorney for the District of Connecticut. So obviously he got caught in 2018. It's 2022 now. Fast forward, because that's how the feds deal with you, slow and meticulous. See, we do these videos to try to encourage people to go about things the right way. You know, them used to say to us, say, if you can't be good, at least be careful. This is heights of carelessness. 40 different ID with 40 different names and your face on all 40 of them. Brother, he was chopping. Davis, who is a citizen of Jamaica, who last resided in Hamden, will face immigration proceedings to be deported back to Jamaica after his 20-odd years of prison time is completed. First thing I want to say to myself or to him is, boy, I hope your money good. You know, I hope over those years when you were hustling and getting it, that you were putting something away for a rainy day. Because we see this too often. Man, chop a line big, come up with enough money, and it's just nice cars and pretty girls and, you know, popping bottles and burning money and these things. And then things reach them and it's back to square one for you. At 40 something years old, if you do 20 years, you'll come out at 60 something years old. But I think you'll have the same energy for chop again like how you were before, right? Anyhow, Davis was charged after investigators began looking into individuals who were moving large amounts of marijuana from the southwestern part of the United States over into Connecticut. During the investigation, law enforcement intercepted 4 packages from the U.S. mail. Each one of those packages contained 8 kilograms of marijuana, and this was according to Boyd's office again. In February of 2017, law enforcement searched a Hamden apartment that Davis shared with his girlfriend Shanice Goff, as well as a storage unit in West Haven that was rented in his girlfriend's name, and 2 Bridgeport apartments that Davis had under 2 of his different alias names. This is what the law enforcement paperwork says. In the Hamden apartment, police found more than a pound of ganja, a loaded 9mm handgun, boxes of 45 caliber ammunition, more than $62,000 US in cash, and several fake identifications again, including a US passport. In the storage unit, investigators discovered more than 33 kilograms of marijuana, as well as more ammunition, firearms and magazines, additional fake IDs, and another 350,000 US dollars in cash, according to the papers. Again, 62,000 in cash, got found in his apartment that he shared with his girl. 350,000 got found in the warehouse that was rented in his girl's name. Now, the two Bridgeport apartments rented under the name of Cordell Freckleton, which is another one of his names, and Andrew Carter, which is another one of his names on another ID. Those two apartments had more than 60 pounds of marijuana and 3 firearms in them, one of which was reported having been stolen, a stolen gun. Investigators also seized 3 cars that were registered to Goff, which is his girlfriend, a 2014 BMW. Mind you, this is 2017. So a 2014 BMW X6 is relatively new, right? A Honda Accord and a 2008 Honda Odyssey. That's a big van, them where family van, that's like a low-key vehicle right there. That had been purchased with proceeds from trafficking marijuana, according to the feds. Police discovered that Davis, the Jamaican, while using the name Steve Williams, another one of his names, also was under investigation in 2008 for allegedly marijuana trafficking again. Police searched Davis' Bridgeport apartment in August of 2008 and found more fake identification from back then. Drug packaging paraphernalias, marijuana packaging for sale, and 8 UPS receipts that had not arrived yet, according to the Fed's office again. Police later seized the 8 packages after they arrived, revealing that they had more than 75 pounds of marijuana in them. Meanwhile, Williams was never found because it was one of his aliases. So anytime them catch up to him, him just dip out, right? And left them with a fake ID. And they go tracing this fake ID trying to find this person, but the person really don't exist. So them just move on to a new name, so they weren't able to catch him on that. But when they caught him in 2017, they were able to tie him back into that from 2008. So a long time the man up on the road and do the thing, right? And had no intention to stop him, apparently. He was charged in February of 2017, and investigators seized more than 40 identification cards, all bearing a false name for him with his face on each one. When U.S. Marshals asked his name, Davis replied, "Let's go with Steve Williams." This so the U.S. Marshal says, "What is your real name?" And he said, "Let's go with Steve Williams." To them feel like Steve Williams. Let's go with Steve Williams. Geoff Davis' girlfriend, whose name is Geoff, she pled guilty. That same year when he got caught, she pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute and to possess with intent to distribute 50 kilograms or more of marijuana, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. She was sentenced to 30 months in prison. That's it, in February of 2018. So what ends up happening there was, I think she flipped the script on him, did some kind of deal so she would get way less time, and then he ends up with 24 years in a US prison. She only get 30 months. It's 12 months to a year. So 12 into 30, you do the maths, and with good time and all these things, is a Fed prison. She'll be out in half of that time, right? Even if he gets half of his 24, which is 12 years, he's still coming out up in age because he's already 41 at the time he got caught. Add 12 more years to that 41 there, and you get the point. You know what, 53. Seeing? And then to face deportation at that age, I hope your thing set up good. I'm not trying to encourage anybody though to go this route. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go this route and chop it big like this, $350,000 found in cash, US dollars. He was doing it big. He was doing it big. But you see the end result though, right? The end result is 24 years in a US prison. We can go on and talk about life in prison in the US and these kind of things, but I heard a brother say one time which part him come from, the kind of rough life that he lived in Jamaica, can come from garrison and him come from poverty, that time in a US prison is like a vacation for him, time to sort himself out, take a break from the wildlife and all these things. Me no want to go in a nobody prison, no time at all. I don't even want to spend 1 hour in there, much less 1 day, much less a year, much less a couple of years. Too much, too much. So think smart, move smart, all right? And hard work always pay off, my friend, always. It might not pay off when you want it to in the amount that you want it to, but hard work always pays off. We're going to leave it right there, so good luck to him. God go with him, because me can't go. And I don't want to go neither. Right? I'm out. Peace. I am selling membership to my channel. There's a link right down here. Look down there. Click the link. It will be in the comment section as the first comment. I will pin it there. And it will also be in the description of the video, under this video, right? Me not give him no money. Me not pay for listen to him. After me listen to him free all them years, yeah. Scam people, you know. Yo, I'm to the boy, yeah. Yo, boy, I'm gonna look work. You will never be rich off of me. If we hit 2,000 paid members on this channel, I will give away 1,000 US dollars every 30 days. There's a link right down here. Look down there. Click the link. It will be in the comment section as the first comment. I will pin it there. And it will also be in the description of the video, under this video.